Hello, I'm Stu.
And I'm David.
And this is the Bruise Brothers Show. So today we're going to talk about a bunch of stuff.
Yes, we are.
We're going to talk about some movies. Wonder Woman and The Mummy.
Yeah, and Caps Crossing.
And Caps Crossing. This
I gotta
guy,
fit that
he's
in.
a big star.
I'm a big star. And then we got fashion. We're talking a little bit about the new men's fashions of skinny things.
Skinny stuff, yeah.
Skinny stuff. I don't get it.
We're going to try some of Bardona's fabulous food offerings. We're going to try a paleo dish, and we're going to try one of their new breakfast items.
Oh yeah, that sounds good. Love it. What else? What else we got? Gay Pride.
Go gay.
That's right. Go gay. Gay Pride.
Try gay. No. We're supporting Gay Pride Week, and they are supporting also the Resistance. So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
That's right. So you guys stay tuned for the show.
Okay, so we're trying a couple of different dishes here today. This is their paleo bowl, which looks amazing. We've got a poached egg, we've got chicken balls, avocado with sea salt, and then
On
this
a salad or something.
on a
Right?
salad. Yeah, we can look at the menu, which is beautiful, by the way.
Well, where are we?
We're at Bardona
Oh.
on Larchmont Boulevard in Los Angeles. So let's see. This has got. This is their paleo bowl. That is an arugula and balsamic salad on the bottom. And then this bad boy right here. Look at that. That is just beautiful.
That looks good. It's got meat in it.
I know that's got you all the way over. That's got meat in it too. Come on now.
Oh, that's right.
So this is I didn't know that was meat at first. I was like, what is that? It's amazing. So this is their new pastrami hash. So we've got, again, a poached egg, potatoes. They take the pastrami and they cook it down. I mean, really looks like bacon. And then these beautiful pieces of toast.
And these were like chicken balls. Is that what they said?
Yeah, chicken balls.
I didn't know chickens had balls. So we're going to try them anyways.
I've always wanted to eat a chicken's balls.
I'm sure you would.
I think maybe that's a rooster. I'm not sure how that goes.
That's probably true.
So we do have a live audience. So if you hear anything today,
that's right. There's them laughing in the background at us.
That's stupid.
Because we're idiots. But it gives them entertainment while they eat this awesome food.
So let's.
What do you want to do?
I'm going to switch with you.
Okay, I like meat.
Okay.
You're on some kind of diet now, right?
I'm on the keto diet, and so paleo is really close to that. The biggest thing about the keto diet, which I really love, by the way, because it's really more of a lifestyle change. It's not so much about actually being on a diet, though I am losing weight, but I'm putting on muscle mass at the same time. So that's cool. But it's just about reducing your they call them your macros. So getting your fat and your protein intake are higher,
Yeah.
your carbs and your sugars are super low.
I love carbs, man.
I mean, I
don't
do
know if I
love
could do
carbs.
that.
But I'm not really missing the carbs as much as I thought I was. We're replacing a lot of it. There's a lot of recipes you can get to replace your different carbs with. You got a little something right here. There it is.
I'm gonna save it for later.
That was so sexy. So I'm gonna try for the perfect bite. I got a little egg, I got a little avocado.
Oh, yeah,
I skipped the arugula because I don't care. All right, here we go. So, hint of lemon.
Okay.
These are surprisingly good. I expected them to be dry. They're not. There's a little bit of zing on them.
I'll have to try that.
Because I got the avocado with it and it's got this sea salt on it. That adds an element of crunch to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to be brave this time. I'm going to go ahead and get some of the.
And I got some egg and pastrami and potatoes and bread, and it's salty, meaty, carby goodness. That's good. I want to try one of those chicken balls.
Well, I will share
try
because I want to
some
try some of the pastrami as well.
All right.
So let me get another bite of this bad boy going on here. This is amazing and delicious.
All right, so I'm gonna do a little avocado. I love avocado, and I'll just cut off a piece of chicken ball.
I'm going to dip in here to this pastrami.
Yeah, go for
That
it.
looks good. Now I can't eat the potato because it's not on my diet. But I can do the pastrami and egg. It's so good.
Wow.
So I don't know if you can see that. Let me get this a little closer. So see, the pastrami, they've done it so that it's really well done, nice and crispy.
Potatoes are crispy.
Now, do you know how they do make pastrami? Pastrami is actually a not so popular cut of meat, and they have to do a process.
Like pickle it or something kind of thing, or brine it. Yeah.
It takes it's a time-intensive process, which is why it's a little expensive. But that's why it has all that flavor
Wow, that's good.
because they've just soaked it.
You guys,
Whatever. I don't know what they
if you're in LA, if you're in this area, you got to come by this place. The food is incredible. The coffee is awesome. It's a great place, and we're grateful that they gave us an opportunity to film our show in their back patio, which is pretty cool. So we give them lots of thanks and lots of props. Come down, tell them that the Bruise Brothers sent you, and that will give us points so we can stay here and they can keep feeding us and giving us coffee to talk about their stuff.
Made a mess of their menu. So I know we've got tons of stuff to talk about. So
Yeah, it's been a busy week.
been a busy week. So we both were able to go out and see a movie this weekend, and we both saw separately Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It was good. I really enjoyed it. What were your what stood out for you?
Well, I really liked the superhero type things, which is good, but the biggest thing for me was her history of where she came from. Now, I knew she was an Amazon woman. I've heard that before, but I didn't know what that meant, like she was from the Amazon with big snakes or something, or what? I didn't know.
Ryan, I didn't really, I'd never gotten the backstory before either, and without too much of a spoiler, I didn't understand the dissension from gods and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that was a whole nother layer of that particular superhero story. And I loved the fact that it was directed by a woman. I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. I'm terrible at that.
We'll put it down here.
We'll put it down at the bottom. Yeah, she's right here.
She's right here.
But I didn't think I knew that going in. I'd heard a couple of different interviews, and she is amazing to listen to. I know that there's an interview with her on NPR's archives, and she's wildly intelligent, and she also is not concerned with people caring that she's a woman, just that she's a good director. And I think she's hands down as good as anybody out there when it comes to action. And the fight scenes had their own style.
Yeah.
Which I was really drawn into.
The stuff she could do was, powerful woman.
And the way they shot it,
I
I think that's one of the things that is amazing, that today, with technology that we have, that they can bring a superhero story alive in a way that we couldn't in the past. You know, it was a little hokey and a little cheesy back in the day when we were growing up, right? You know, Superman movies were kind of goofy, and when you watch them now, they're so far out as far as the ability and the graphics and the tricks and stuff like that. But this was stunning, like visually, actually stunning.
Yeah.
And everybody in it was so good.
Now, did you watch it in 3D?
I didn't watch it in 3D.
me
I
neither.
am not a fan of 3D.
I don't like 3D. I get dizzy.
Well, I just think it's distracting.
nauseous.
I think it's a distraction. It's great. I think there's a time and place for it.
Yeah.
And some things it's fun, but with a movie like that, I like the strong visuals and I actually did see it in 70 millimeter though.
Oh, okay.
Which I think is interesting, and I was curious. I don't know the answer to the question, but I'm not quite sure how they marry those two technologies. So you've got old school film on one hand, and you've got modern CGI on the other hand, which normally you just think about being total digital. So I'm not quite sure how they marry all that together. But it was beautiful. We went and saw it at the ArcLight in Hollywood, which is one of my favorite theaters to go to because they have buttered popcorn, real buttered popcorn, mind you, and their theaters are beautiful. We sat in the second row, but because at ArcLight the second row is actually
Far
a
enough
good
backward.
25, 30 feet from the screen, it doesn't matter.
Well, we saw it at cheap theaters up in Van Nuys.
Cheap.
It's close
It's not
and
an
it's cheap,
expensive
you
theater.
know?
What, is it?
cheap.
How's it cheap? Is it cheaper
Just
than normal?
Cheap cost. It's an old theater, but it's a movie. We saw it. That's good. Now, one thing that really sucked was somebody brought their baby into the theater, and it was crying.
Now,
It's like that irks me.
that drives me nuts. So it doesn't really matter to me where it is. If you have a child of a young age, until they are able to act well in public, leave them at home.
Get a babysitter.
Get a babysitter,
okay?
right?
Yeah, it
because
was
it doesn't
annoying.
really matter. And I was like this with my kids. If you're going to make a disruption where we are, I don't care what I paid. I don't care if dinner hasn't come out yet. We're going to get a warning shot, and we're out. You know, because it's not fair to other people. I don't care whether it's your baby or whether it's your partner or whether it's your friend. You can't be out in public and be an asshole.
Yeah, especially if they're drunk. You know? Like your baby's drunk. You
Your
gotta
baby,
take 'em at home.
yeah, you can't. Well, get them drunk before you bring them out. I know that's not as popular as it once was. Well, I think when my parents were
you
raising
some whiskey
me,
to shut you up?
a little bit of bourbon on your gums when you were teething. Nobody cared back in the day. But
Nice.
now today they don't like it when you get your kids drunk,
No, you can't do that.
unless they're actually adults, and then it's okay.
Yeah. So the movie was good.
I thought
liked
the movie was phenomenal. I do
was
recommend
empowered.
it.
I was gonna start
I was ready to
take on some bullets with.
I think it's impressive, but it just shows, and it. You know what I did show? There was a scene where it shows a lot of something that happens still today, and that is the man speak, the talking down. Why is this woman in the room?
Yes.
Because I don't know if you're a woman in business, you understand this. My wife deals with it all the time.
Really?
You know, yeah, she's an executive, and she'll be on a phone call and she'll say something, and then somebody else will manspeak it for her, and they'll go and they'll respond to that man as if he said it alone. And it drives her nuts.
That's a
And it'll be
whole
somebody
other
that's
issue.
like under her on the totem pole of work. And it happens all the time.
You should just shut them up.
Well, it's interesting because that's a big dilemma, you know, right now. People talk about that. Well, why don't you say something? Why don't you do something? I mean, that's what happens when you're shooting on location. But, you know, it's a delicate situation, and it always has to be handled as an ambassador and in a diplomatic fashion. You can't just go,
Yeah.
why do you treat me like that? Well,
Shut up on the
you
bus.
can't be that way. You've got to handle it and move forward and deal with it in a way that moves the agenda of your business forward. But it's interesting. So that was the #1 movie of the weekend.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Number 2, The Mummy.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see that.
And apparently, now this is Tom Cruise breaking out in The Mummy, and he's kind of doing his thing, which amazing, because I think Tom Cruise is 50-something, right?
He's an old guy, but he's in great shape.
He's in great shape. He takes care of himself.
He looks good,
I don't
so.
know what's happening here. He's got. I feel like he must
work.
have had something done. We don't know. I'm sure that somebody does. But he does a lot. He does a lot of his own stunts. But this is a new line of films that Universal's putting out, and it's the Universal Dark World. So they've got a lot of films that they did historically that were in that genre, Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein, and apparently that's going to be a direction that they're moving and revamping those movies, which I think is great. I don't like it with everything. Sometimes I'm like, leave my childhood alone.
Well, a lot of people, I've been seeing that people were real kind of upset with this new Mummy because, you know, Tom Cruise is not Brendan Fraser, you know, because he did a great job, I thought, in those other movies, the Mummy movies.
Whatever happened to Brendan Fraser?
I don't know, I really liked it. And so people are kind of like, oh, you know, he's trying to replace him and all that kind of stuff. You're always going to compare when you get a remake of something. And so hopefully it's different enough where it's like a new one, but they've remade movies like constantly. There's like no new ideas in Hollywood. Let's just remake old really stuff. That's a great idea.
But I mean, it's difficult. Like, what idea is actually new? You know, it comes from somewhere, and usually it's something that somebody else did, or it's an updated version of something else. It's hard. It's difficult to have a new idea.
Let's ask a question. You guys can post a comment down below. Do you prefer originals, or are you okay with the remakes, or something like that? How do you feel about remakes of those originals you grew up with? Now, of course, the new films have better technology, like we were talking, the new CG, the new technology and stuff. So they look better, they look awesome versus the old ones. But sometimes just the classics are the classics. Do you watch the new ones and ruin it for you, or how do you feel? Let us know.
Now, me personally, I think that doing a remake of a movie is very similar to doing a cover of somebody else's song. I think you have two choices. You can either do it exactly, like really follow that thing exactly the way it was originally done, or you have to really put your own stamp on it. Add something that's absolutely different than the original, and that separates you. But I think anything in between sort of it makes it feel iffy.
Just copying something that's not very good.
But you didn't copy it completely, or you did it, but you didn't really put anything new on it, and you did. It's like being a bad copy. You can't be a bad copy. You either have to be a really superb. So you brought the like you said, the technology, bringing it up to date, but still sticking with that original concept. Or you have to add that new spin and a new vibe.
Well, it was like tribute bands. I just heard on the radio today that a guy won tickets to go see what's the Pink Floyd guy's name? That they're doing a concert here. The lead singer for, I can't
think of his name right now. You threw that at me, threw me off.
I know, I don't know what it is. But anyways, he won tickets to that. But he also is a Pink Floyd cover band. And they didn't know that, all of a sudden they calls in, he was a winner on the caller. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So, that goes to the tribute bands. What if your band is no longer together?
Right.
All the Beatles band, tribute bands, stuff like that. So coming up with something that's very, very close, similar, or replicating what people love is kind of another thing, because it's kind of like their story lives on.
Right.
They're not trying to be replacements. They were just like, hey, we love this, we're fans, we're gonna share this music with you. So
I like it.
I don't know.
Tribute bands are really popular in LA.
Yeah.
I did that. House of Blues is gone now. I don't know if you're aware of that, but they just recently toured the House of Blues. They moved
that Disney?
it. They moved it. No, that was on Sunset.
Oh, there was one up here.
Beautiful venue. But that had a house band that was a tribute band, and everybody loved it.
Okay.
Really popular. A lot of the not Def Leppard. Well, they have a tribute band as well. That's pretty popular.
I think everybody does. Journey, Journey bands.
Well, Journey is still Journey, but they've got the guy that's not Steve Perry.
Yeah.
They found him on YouTube.
Oh, really?
It was a YouTube video. He's a Filipino guy, and he was doing karaoke, and he sounds exactly. And he's been touring with him for years now as their frontman. And I mean, talk about a dream. It's like hitting the lottery or being cursed all at the same time. Because I'm sure going from that lifestyle that he had before and going into this, like, now I'm on the big stage worldwide.
It's like a dream come true.
Karaoke.
Yeah, somebody's gonna see our show and
nobody's ever. I've done some karaoke and never once has anybody asked me to be in their band.
I don't sing, but maybe somebody will ask us to host their show. That's what we're hoping.
I would love that. I would love that.
Their show.
So,
well,
cool.
I have one more thing in the entertainment.
You just had a premiere, right?
I just had a big premiere for. We talked about this last week. Caps Crossing It's an independent horror film that was filmed up in Northern California with a fairly low budget compared to filmmaking stuff. And
Now, are we talking ultra low budget? Kind of a low budget?
yeah, I think I don't remember exactly what the numbers were, but it's it's still independent film, under $100,000 I think.
Wow.
To
I
do.
mean, I don't think that's ultra low budget, but that's below budget.
Yeah, and we launched in the theaters here in LA. We had a premiere on Friday, and it's running all week. So it's still a few days from the filming of this. It's still going on for a few days, but it's also available on Amazon right now. You can rent it or you can buy it on Amazon. It's also, I think, on the YouTube has a new show, YouTube Red, something. Yeah. I think it's available on there now.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's they're doing the video on demand.
And what character do you play?
I played Tracy's dad. Now it's kind of a
Isn't that
small
a song? Tracy's dad.
Exactly.
No.
It's a small role, but it's a very important role as part of the story of a serial killer up in the mountains and the hills, and it's kind of based around the geocaching. The creator of this was interested in the geocaching things, where you go and you have coordinates and you hunt for things out in the middle of nowhere.
Like geohunts.
Yeah, geohunts. Yeah, geocaching. So it's kind of based around these people that go up there to do that kind of stuff, and that's a slasher movie.
Something happens. Nice. I love a good slasher movie.
So I loved it. It was the first time I saw myself I've seen myself on big screen before, lots of small movies, but something that's this big, that's getting produced and distributed is great. So I'll put the link to where you can find it, so you can watch
your
the show.
IMDb star is gonna
Please.
go up.
Exactly, and watch it because we did it for no pay.
You know who else has got a movie out, and I just heard this the other day, is Sam Elliott.
Oh, yeah?
Has got a new movie out.
Still alive?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
But it's interesting because it was, Sam Elliott is traditionally played a supporting role, the cowboy, the roughneck, the tough guy, but not generally a lead. And this role was written specifically for him. And he's basically playing a character that's very similar to him. And he's looking back on his career where most of his fame was for a role that he played very early on in his career.
Oh.
And that's where people know him from.
Okay.
And so it's kind of an interesting twist.
What's it called? Do you know?
I don't, but you know what? I can look it up real quick.
We prepare really good for this show.
We'll once again put it on the bottom. We just
start talking and things come up.
We just go and we can't help it. We can't help ourselves.
We figure it out as we go along. So that's good entertainment news.
That is good entertainment news.
All right, well, hey, let's talk about some fashion. Men's fashion trends of the week.
So here's something that I don't get. There's a big trend, and it's been around for a bit now. So everything is slim fit. Slim fit jeans, slim fit shirts, suits that are super slim. I think the suits especially look like that you borrowed them from your little brother. Like they just don't look like they fit right. Like
my little brother's bigger than me. He's like 6'2".
Like your actual little brother.
Okay.
But they're just really like they're snug and they just don't look like they actually fit. Now here's what slim cut jeans. How do you feel about it?
I can't fit into slim fit anything. I've got the dad bod. I got a belly. I tried the slim fit jeans or the skinny jeans, right? They call them skinny jeans. Skinny jeans. I tried them.
You hipsters, you.
Yeah, I know, and I can't even get them up over my calves. I've got pretty big calves. I used to do a paper route when I was a kid and built and run sprint, so I had some pretty big calves, and I cannot get them up over my calf. They just won't go on.
I get you there as a dancer, and because I work out, squats and whatnot. Your legs are bigger. I have some that are skinnier.
Yeah.
But again, when I put them on, it's a weird feeling to have
tight around your
them
calves.
So snug on you. And that's fine with the jeans. Okay.
Or
whatever.
my butt. My butt's pretty big.
But I don't understand why there's slim fit shirts. Isn't that just fitted?
I don't know. Unless it's like
when you buy a nice shirt and you have a European cut and it's got darts in the back, so that it fits
right.
your frame if you have this frame.
Yeah.
Why do we have another one that's just slim fit? Is it for people with small chests? Or is it for scrawny people?
I don't understand. Have to be in for that.
I don't understand.
We got to come up with a new line like dad fit or something, It's
Dad
a
fit.
little extra in here.
Instead of having darts that take away,
Yeah.
they'll have darts in the bottom that add.
To just
so that
expand.
it fits here and then it gets wider this way.
There you go, like a baby doll shirt on a girl or something
So
like
it'll
that.
be similar to a maternity top, but
yeah,
for
exactly.
guys.
Yeah, a little spandex
Yeah,
for the
we'll
guys.
call it. It'll be beer belly fit.
Beer belly fit. Yeah,
The new beer
dad
belly
bod.
fit
The dad
for the
bod.
dad bod. I like it. I think
Oh.
I think it's marketable.
Okay, we're gonna.
If you have anybody that's in manufacturing that would like to sponsor us,
design work.
we're gonna go ahead and do a line of dad bod clothing.
We should do that.
Yeah, I like
Totally.
it.
Cool.
Now, how do you feel about the hip hop T-shirt? Do you know what I mean? So
No.
it's
What do you
longer
mean?
and it's rounded at the bottom. So
Okay.
it'll have like a little split here and it's rounded. Now what I do like about it is that most t-shirts are a little on the short side with the way jeans fit.
Yeah.
So if you're doing anything, you raise your hands over your head or whatever, your shirt.
That's what I thought that extra was for, so you tuck them in.
That's
but
that. You're
supposed to tuck your shirt in.
Nobody
That's why
tucks their
there's a
t-shirts
tail.
anymore.
That's why there's a tail
that's
on
not
your
a thing
shirts.
anymore. And that took me. I got to tell you, that was one of the things that was hard for me to adjust to in life. Is the concept of not tucking shirts in all the time, because that was, that's what we
So the
grew up
hip hop
with.
guys had those big shirts so they can wear their
they're-
pants down to their thighs.
No, they're actually wearing them with skinny. Like now, hip hop's a little bit. Well, it depends on what kind of hip hop, but that's more rap. But actually, hip hop culture, dance culture, is more the skinny jeans, but with these shirts that are just longer and they're almost like a little, like her shirt that just went by, like a girl's shirt.
Like a girl's shirt. The
That's
guys
right.
are wearing this
They're
stuff?
more like a girl's shirt in the front.
Oh,
but I
geez.
mean, it's popular.
I don't
I
know.
like a longer T-shirt.
I thought
they
you meant
make them
like a hip hop
specifically.
shirt has a built-in gold chain or something, My hip hop
I'm
T-shirt
sure that somebody
with
does.
a built-in gold
With
chain
a built-in gold
with a
chain.
big clock on it.
Is that still a
That's
thing?
how old we are. Yeah.
You know they make a new line of sweatpants that look like slacks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think the company's called Beta Wear. I'll have to look that up.
I've
but
seen
they have the loops and the zipper and
Oh,
the
really?
pockets, but they're made out of sweatpant like material, so they're like super.
I've seen
super
like women's
comfortable.
tights that look like jeans. They're like skin tight jeans, but they're actually
Those are
spandex.
jeggings.
Oh, jeggings.
There's a word for that.
I don't know that stuff. I'm not the fashion guy. No, the only thing fashion-wise I saw that you thought was funny was the new line of men's lace shorts. It's like the romper, the lace shorts.
It's just wrong.
That's I know.
Okay,
But we'd wear it on the show.
We would.
You would.
I'll
We'll see.
I'll do anything for a laugh. That's right.
Exactly. For more ratings.
I don't know what the statistics are in LA, but whether you're car poor, you know what that means, right?
Oh yeah, well you got an expensive car, you can't afford
You've got
anything
a car
else.
and that's
yeah.
all you've got, or people that are house poor.
Yeah. Well,
So
especially here.
I didn't know that was a thing, and I read an article recently about that, where there'll be people when you think that person's wildly successful and they've got a beautiful home, but on the inside of that home, they got nothing.
They're living on crate boxes and
no furniture, none of that kind of stuff. But it's interesting because the article talked about
a yoga mat.
different types of income,
Yeah.
and how you have one person that makes, $75,000, $100,000 a year, and they live nice, a nice, comfortable life, but they have stuff and they have savings and they have all this other
Yeah.
thing. And then you have somebody that makes $750,000 a year or more and have nothing
they put all their magic.
all of it's going out to do all of these things that we as a society sort of have decided that we expect from people to show their
On
monetary
the income
value.
thing, real quick, and this is like LA is so different. Somebody posted on Facebook, a friend of mine on Facebook, that she talked about your worth, about earning enough. She's like, people have a hard time earning what they should be earning, and she talked about low income, $50,000 to $70,000.
What? How's that low income?
And I said, what? I said, with $50,000 to $70,000 is considered low income, and
I think.
and I was like, that's
'cause-
more than I've
'cause
ever made in my life.
Isn't the poverty level? I want to say the poverty level is 14.
I don't know.
I'm going to look it
Well,
up.
I-
We've
I-
got this magical device here.
I looked up
We're gonna
what's a
take look.
medium, average income for Los Angeles, and they were talking that you have to make a combined income at least $75,000 to live or survive in LA. or something. It was ridiculous. And so yeah, low income is 50 to 70,000. I'd love to be in that low income bracket,
Right?
because
Federal poverty level is $13,000.
so that's national. But what's LA?
Well,
What's LA? That's a different story.
that's a good. We'll go California. How's that?
California. Well, it's different from Sacramento, where I was at. You know, you can do pretty well
It
living on
is an
40.
individual family making between 100% and 400% of the federal poverty level may qualify for premium tax credit. Making less than 138% of the federal poverty level in a state that expanded their Medicare program may qualify for Medicaid. I don't know what all that means, but it sounds like we have a little bit higher standard level.
Yeah.
So that I think that might be more in the 18,000, but still, let's say it's 20.
Wow.
So 20, and that's half of more than half of what that person was talking about.
Yeah.
So I don't think that you can call anybody low income that's making
$50,000 to
$50,000 a year.
$70,000.
I mean,
I was like,
we
you're
do
nuts.
choose. Like, I think not everybody. Obviously, people are born here and have less money or less than others, and don't leave because they don't feel they can or they don't want to.
Yeah.
But in general, I think that people that come to LA have chosen to be here. If they can't make it for whatever reason, or they don't decide they like it, they usually pack up and move. So if you've decided, yeah, it's a stretch because housing is more expensive and some other things are more expensive. But overall, I don't think that much of it is more expensive. Housing.
That's why
Gas.
people live with 10 people in a household. I have another actor friend that lives over near the beach, which is great. He's like, oh man, it's a great place. I live with like 6 people.
No,
That's the only way you
I've
can
got a friend of mine
afford
who has a
to
house
live
in
there.
Burbank, and it's like $5,000 a month, but she rents it out, and she's got 4 rooms rented out, but she's got a pool, and that's how she decides to live that. Now, I wouldn't do that in Burbank, but there's houses in this area that are beautiful that you can get for $4,000 or $5,000 a month, and you could have a couple of people. I don't like roommates. I can't do it. I'd rather live in a small apartment and have my peace when I come home. I hate. I've done it, and it always is tragic. You try and get people that you know, and you're like, oh, I really know that person. They're going to be a great roommate. And then as soon as they move in, you find out they're a psycho.
Exactly.
For whatever kind of psycho.
I had to
they are.
downsize quite a bit coming here from Sacramento.
When we moved here, we sold. We got rid of everything.
Yeah.
If it didn't fit in the car with our dogs and us, and it didn't, we got one of those pod kind of things. We packed everything we could pack into the smallest version of that. Whoa! That was almost tragic. You saw it here first.
Okay.
That was an excellent save. He's like, but I got that lid, and we've got a dog doing some fun stuff. But we're like, if it doesn't fit in that, we're not taking it.
Yeah.
And it was good because we couldn't find a place from across the country, so we ended up that was back when it's 2010. So Craigslist was like a viable form of apartment hunting.
Yeah.
But every time we'd think, oh, this is a good place, we'd look up the picture online, and it would be like a dusty field in the middle of nowhere, and we didn't really know the areas, and so we ended up on our drive subletting an apartment in K-Town in Efficiency, and we paid like $700 a month.
Yeah, that's not bad.
But we're living in LA.
I get people asking me all the time.
We can look
"Hey,
out our window and see the Hollywood sign.
I'm moving to LA. What's a good place to go? Where's a safe place to live that I can afford? I'm like, not LA.
Well,
Outside LA.
No, but you can. You got to hunt.
Yeah,
and
it
you
takes
have
a
to
lot.
understand that LA is not like any other city.
Yeah.
There's not so much of an area. There are patches of different kinds of culture every 5 or 6 blocks in any direction.
Yeah.
So in most places there's this socioeconomic area, and it runs a big span of blocks.
Yeah.
And here it's just not that. There might be kind of, but even where we are right now, if you go 12 blocks that way, you're in a totally different environment.
Oh yeah.
And then you go another 12 blocks, and it's
you go from big, super nice
and then all of a sudden you're in downtown, and then you cut over, and then all of a sudden you're in mansions again.
Yeah.
So you just gotta hunt and peck and not take the first thing that pops out. Because if you do that, you're gonna be spending $2,000, $2,500 a month for
don't
one
bother
bedroom.
coming to LA. There's too many people.
Yeah.
Go home. Stay home. go somewhere else.
But you know what I did
We don't
discover
want
about
you here.
that? Because so many people leave LA, like they do the 6-month tour.
Run out of money and
They
take
run out of
on
money
leave.
and they're like, oh, I can't make it. I'm never going to be successful.
Go back home.
If you go to Craigslist, the free section
Yeah.
on the 15th, around the 15th and around the 1st,
Okay.
people are just giving shit away.
Ooh.
Because they've got to be
garage sales.
out of their apartment,
Yeah.
right? It's cheaper to buy all of that stuff new than it is to ship it to Ohio or
Wherever they came
Kansas or
from.
wherever they came from.
Yeah.
And so they're like, I got to get this stuff out of the apartment or I'm going to pay another fee for having this stuff here. Please come get my couch and my microwave.
You gotta find some stuff on eBay pretty soon.
Right? So
Let's go
I figure
hunting.
we'll get it. We'll start a new business. We'll go pick it. We'll just get a truck.
Yeah.
We'll pick up all the stuff that people can't
Blues
take
Brothers
with them, and then we'll just sell it on
hauling
OfferUp.
stuff. Yeah. All right, we got some business ideas here. We just start talking and we get some business ideas.
We're just doing stuff, people. So this weekend was Gay Pride weekend.
Yeah, it was.
There was something different this weekend.
Yeah, it's normally the Gay Pride march and stuff like that, but this time they're calling it that with / the Resistance March.
Guess what they're resisting?
Can anybody guess?
The Trump.
The Trumpster. Resisting Trump. Yeah. It's interesting.
I mean, it's a full-scale movement across the world, really, resisting Trump, which I think is frightening in itself that we have a president that has to have that. You know, I actually just saw an interview with Ivanka on the news, and she was flabbergasted at the hostility and hate that she's feeling from politics. And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? Number one,
Exactly.
even if you weren't Donald Trump, and even if he wasn't the person that he is and doing the things that he's doing, it's a hostile environment always. You know,
Yeah, you're always gonna be
everybody's side is trying to get
under.
what they want. You're under the microscope. And you're now he's different, so that adds a whole new element. But I love that they did that and that they're marching together for not just Gay Pride, but for a political, an additional political reason.
Now, I've been to a couple of Pride festivals. I actually went down to the big one in San Francisco before.
The big one.
Yeah. It was huge. I mean, that was just massive. Like half the whole city is closed
It's really
down.
neat to see so many different types of people come together to support one part of subculture.
I'm straight, but I have a lot of gay friends, and I don't care what they do, you know, and even family members. And so I'm a supporter of that. So I will go with them to support them at the parades. In Sacramento, they had a big 2-day event up there as well. So I saw this. I didn't prepare for it, but I thought it would be a great place to take the camera down and go and film.
Next year, we'll do Bruise Brothers Go.
Yeah.
Down there. That'd be cool.
That's cool. So, you know, let's hear it for the Gay
But get
Pride.
out there and support your Gay Pride festivals and LGBT movements.
Any kind of human rights.
Any kind of human rights. You know, you got to
Don't be
get
a
involved
dick.
and you got to do something. Now, see, my big thing is that you can't support everything. It's just not physically possible.
it's hard.
So you do have to pick and choose, but I think human rights and basic standards of living is something that we can all step up for.
Exactly.
And do. Speaking of the new evolution of the show.
What is this Bruise Brothers Go?
So one of the things that we want to do with the show, we're having it still based here in Larchmont at Bardona Cafe, which is amazing. They have these tasty cold brew coffees, and they have all different kinds of food and stuff, which we covered on this show. But we're going to start, we want to share with you what we feel are some of the most interesting, unique, and beautiful parts of the LA culture, Hollywood culture, Burbank, the Valley.
Yeah.
And so we're going to create and grow into not just this show, but the Bruise Brothers Go, where we'll be shooting on location at different locations in the city. So we just met a great guy today, and I think we're going to try and do one at his tattoo shop.
Tattoo shop.
That's right.
I'm a little scared of this, Stu. I don't have any tattoos. I am total virgin skin. You have some. There's
I have
a few little
a little bit of thing going on
peeking
there.
out. So we're gonna film you get a tattoo, right? Not.
Well, I think we're gonna leave it up. If you, I mean, obviously, we don't want you to do anything that you don't want to do. But if you thought about getting a small tattoo, no, is it? Now tell me, what is your opposition to getting a tattoo?
Well, you know, I actually looked into that. I was looking into doing kind of an armband thing or whatever, and I just couldn't find a design that I would say I would be happy with this for the rest of my life. And so it's just, I know that things are permanent. I don't have anything specifically to put on there.
I think that you have to
I love mom or something.
I think that you have to have something that's either something that you like. I don't regret my tattoos, but now I want something that's a little bit more well thought out. Because they are permanent, but it also says something about that moment in my life. So I don't mind that it's permanent.
Well, the other thing for me is, as an actor, having no tattoos, I find it's easier for me to get some jobs as the bad guy because they can put tattoos on me that are okayed by the studio. Because a lot of tattoos, they have to have permission from the artist, and a lot of people can't do that because they got them 10 years ago.
Right.
So, you know, I did a project where,
knowing that going in though, you get your tattoo and then you get...
Make sure you get releases,
Good. That's good information, folks. Write that down.
Yeah, exactly.
You get a tattoo and you're thinking about getting acting. Get a release from the artist.
Ever on camera. So for me, it's nice coming in a blank slate. They can do whatever they want. I can wash it off, and then I can do other things where I don't have to cover it up.
Yeah.
So I may get a dot. I think I might get a dot someplace. You know, like here, just to try it. Just a dot. Give me a dot.
Maybe you can just get a. Do you have a meaningful letter? Or a meaningful word? One small word.
Maybe, you know, like my son or mom.
Yeah.
Or my son's
if
name.
you can read this, you're too close.
Exactly. Put that back here on the back. My tramp stamp.
I think you should get a tramp stamp. That'd be
like handprints. I want a tramp stamp of handprints.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
And it says place hands here.
Yeah. No. So I think I would be fine. We're gonna try and get out and do some breweries, some men's clothing, men's healthcare, cover maybe some women's healthcare, because one of the things as a guy I think every guy should be aware of is, why do women do what they do? What is it they do when they go to the salon?
We may never understand that.
We may never understand.
So yeah, we want to go places. If you have a location someplace in Los Angeles area you want us to come take a look at, and do an interview or do a show, whatever
we'll do a whole show on you and your business and what's unique about what you offer to LA life.
That sounds good.
I like it.
I'd like to explore more here too. I've been here over a year and there's still a lot of stuff I've never seen.
It's a never-ending process, which is one of the things that makes this area, LA, Southern California, I think in general, amazing. I'm always surprised when people are like, oh, I don't really, I lived in LA for 5 years and I don't really like it. I'm like, I don't understand what there is not to like, because there's something somewhere for everyone.
Yeah.
And if you don't like the rest of it, you can insert yourself into just that area.
Oh, yeah.
If you like a lot of different things, whatever your little desire is of the moment, there's a place to go and find that.
Yeah.
Weather-wise, culturally, art, music, food, they have it. It's all covered. And if you like small town, you can go live on the outskirts of LA. There's plenty of little communities.
Santa Clarita, just up the hill.
Or you can come to
bit.
Larchmont, which feels like a small town, only really bougie. So that is the end of our show for today. We covered a lot.
Yes, we did. And we ate some great food.
We ate some great food. As you can tell, we also drank our fair share of cold brew.
Exactly.
Very good. We're going to be back again next week. I think we're going to have a guest. We'll let you know as we come up with that. We're going to have a guest this week. Her name is Jules. Yep. She's an actress, but she came down with strep.
Ooh.
So we're going to give her a pass on that one. But we're going to be looking for her next week. And then hopefully we'll have some new announcements on the new version of the show, Brews Brothers Go, and what our first location is going to be.
That's right. So thanks for watching, guys. If you like our show, give us a thumbs up. And if you don't like us and have to do this...
No. Let us know what you didn't like. And if you've got suggestions for us, where you'd like to see us cover, places you'd like to see us visit, topics you'd like to see us talk about, just send us a note, or you can leave it in the comment section down below. We're going to be, you can find us on Facebook, on the Brews Brothers page, and also our channel on YouTube. We'd love to have you subscribe. And please share it to your friends and let them know what we've got going on so they can enjoy the show as well.
That's right. Thanks, guys.
I'm Stu.
And I'm David.
And this is the Brews Brothers Show. didn't dawn on me while I was
Where's your
watching
microphone?
it. Oh, did my microphone? Do we need to start over?
I think it was recording, but I was like,
except for it
looking
fell
at
out,
your.
it was on the floor. Let's go ahead and start that over again. We'll just cut it. I want to make sure that audio is good.
I can edit it.
Yeah. All right, so let's try it again from the opening of that.
Okay.